So I want to take you down memory lane.
All right.
I want you to love on yourself. I want you to take me inside the mindset. His OPS has gotten better each of the last 4 seasons. Need a drink or anything?
You know, I'm always down for that one.
I don't think I'm more fired up for anyone than Torey Lovello.
You have to prepare to win every inch all over the baseball field.
If you would have saw the warm-up before this game, you would have thought I couldn't get the little leaguers out of Williamsport.
What was the flight home like?
I don't remember.
All right, I got Al Leiter.
We're in the digs
today.
Right.
We're in the digs today.
Come on.
We had a
What do we got?
couple pitchers, a couple veteran pitchers. Some had good outings last night, some clunkers. You're the perfect guy to break it all down. So I'm sitting at home last night, going through it. Who do we click on? Which, by the way, Robert, I was able to figure out downloading.
You downloaded the MLB TV app on your smart TV.
And now I'm locked in.
Look at you.
Okay,
So you got it.
I did it.
All right, good.
So we turned on the Yankee game. And we got to Gerrit Cole. Shortest outing of his career last night. Just searching. Like I said, it was a little long first inning there, and he came out in between the innings, and he's throwing in front of the dugout. I thought that was weird. Looked strange.
Yeah, something out of high school.
Yeah. And just never got comfortable the whole night. Recorded just 5 outs. Walked 5 of 11 batters that he faced. Slapped an AB, Austin Meadows, right there, and that was his last one. He right here.
Yeah.
It's just interesting.
I
can't remember anyone ever doing that.
I mean,
not that it matters.
Well, you have
but-
to go back to like the 50s. They used to do that, like warm up in front of the dugout.
So I want to just take you through, because I know you want to dive in a little bit. So last year, starting last year, his first 11 games, he was almost unhittable, right?
Yep.
And then the whole spider tack thing hit. And then we were like, are we really buying into that? I've seen Gerrit Cole be darn good for a long time. Okay? And you're saying to yourself, here's his splits. April 1st to May 28th, he was 178. He was going to win a Cy Young Award. And then spider tack, and are we buying into that? Because to be honest with you, when you dive in on his spin rates with his 4-seamer, his slider, his curve, nothing's really deviated. So I'm going to let that go. And then July 10th through September 1st of last year, he was back to being Cy Cole. Unbelievable. That game against the Astros down in Minute Maid where he was just dialed in.
And then back September.
It's since left him. But me, and I'm just asking you, me watching his starts this year, it just seems like he can't get comfortable. Every pitch is like an epic. What am I going to throw? How am I going to throw it? It's just a little off the zone. He can't get into a rhythm at the plate. And it's almost like he becomes predictable in certain counts, and then I don't know how glad
all right, so,
that.
so this
But
is
what
a
do
good.
you, what do
all
you
right, so
see
this
from
is a
Gerrit
good rip.
Cole?
All right, so I think there's a couple things that could be of importance, right? We go back to that last September 5th and on. He had the hamstring injury.
Yes.
So we went the sticky tack to really dominating, to then there was a hamstring issue that finished the year out that wasn't great, and then here, not Gerrit Cole-esque. I think for every pitcher, doesn't matter if you're Cy Young, great pitcher, to the dude who's just trying to stay in the big league.
Yeah.
There's a look to every pitcher that is confident, has conviction, is relentless, and I'm going to fill up the zone. And I went back. I didn't watch it live, but I went back and I watched every one of his pitches yesterday. And I understand if there is something you're not comfortable, you're not believing in the success of executing every pitch, and I'm behind this pitch. Whether the guy hits a home run or not, or I strike him out, this is the pitch. Bow! And I'm watching it, so I pull it up. All right, 68 pitches. We know that it was short outing, wasn't great, 5 walks. But something that stood out to me, and I would go back and I would look at this so closely. A lot of arm side misses, which tells me you're not finishing, you're not completing. That's a little slider cutter, and a 3-2 count. Finish. An easy throw, a mistake fastball for a pitcher is arm side, because you're not doing everything needed to really get through. You see, it's almost like a. It's almost like a kind of either hope or not the conviction. I can't describe it any other way. But for me, I look at this. He had 38 of his 68 pitches out of the zone last night. 6 of them were chased, either foul ball or off the plate chase. So guys are getting a good look.
Yeah.
That's not much. On average, it's about 30% of all major league pitchers that guys will chase, at the stuff, whether you swing. Of the 6, 4 of them were swing and miss of 38 pitches. He was up to 99 yesterday. I mean, guys are fouling.
You think he's bearing too much the brunt of having to carry this rotation?
Maybe.
Every time out, we expect perfection.
Maybe.
Because it's an imperfect game. I just think back to opening day. He was complaining about Billy Crystal throwing out the 4 minutes a little too long. Yesterday, the inning was kind of the Yankees are putting up a nice inning, and he's got to get loose outside the dugout.
Let me ask you this.
It just seems like he's really.
Do you know him?
Hyper-focused to a fault. I don't.
All right, so when we do the All-Star game, whatever, he comes up, nice guy and thoughtful, gives great answers. Really, he was one of the best pitchers last year. I know there was some.
I picked him to win
I'm going to tell you
for
for me, if I were him, he picked up a cutter. He's throwing a cutter now.
Yeah.
Why would you throw a cutter? Why?
Some deviation for get guys off your heater.
But what was wrong? We just showed the numbers outside of a couple little. I'm just saying,
with you.
You can almost outthink yourself into you sit there and go, wait a minute, who am I?
Are we overthinking it? 3 starts in?
Yes.
But this is coming off.
I don't care.
Not a good 5 starts to end it. A bad.
He's elite.
Starting a postseason.
He's elite. DeRo, I was watching his stuff. It's elite.
It's elite
electric
stuff.
I think the finish. Anytime I arm side miss, and I was glove side, I was driving it into the righty, but if I was leaking it out here, that's not good. An arm side miss to me is a miss. It's a mistake.
So Cole's going to be fine.
I think he's going to be fine.
Battle for Cy Young.
I think he's going to be fine. I really do.
All right, let's take it to the National League, because this crafty veteran seems to have found a fountain of youth every time out. Put a quarter in, 5 2/3, 6 1/3. Giving himself a chance. I always thought Waino, when I faced him as a player, he presented something a little bit different than everybody. When you get on in the box against Randy Johnson, it actually looked like he was handing his fastball to the catcher.
Yeah.
People don't realize how big Adam presents. This is a man who's 6'7" and has a real fluid motion and kind of lulls you to sleep. And his ball, the extension on his heater and his 2-seamer, it's got late movement and it's an uncomfortable. There's deception in there. There's a throw off of timing. But what a beautiful human being right now.
Yes.
And nothing's changed. Look at this. Pitch usage last 2 seasons. He's the sinker. He's the curve cutter. Change. 4-seamer, 30% cutter usage against the Marlins yesterday. So he picks a pitch that he's got working, whether he finds it in the bullpen or finds it mid-game with Yachty, and they go to work.
Yeah, but you're going to last year. I mean, if you just freeze on there, that changeup usage going up is
that's significant.
To me, years ago, he was mostly fastball curve change. Now he's added the cutter the last few years to get him off. Here's the beauty of this, man. Adam Wainwright, last year, 89-mile-an-hour fastballs he averaged. He was up to 93.3. So he's below the speed limit, right? Major League average is 93.7 now, I think, if not, Nays tell me. He had 6 years of 200-plus innings. His 6th year of 200-plus innings was last year at 39 years old. And I'm gonna do a breakdown here in a little bit, with Chris Bassett. And I think of when you also get to a place, he's having a blast. There'd be no other reason for him to, he's now pushing borderline Hall of Fame stuff.
Yeah.
And he's enjoying the craft. And I think when pitchers get to that place, and he's deserving of it, I'm having fun out here. I'm looking I have 5 weapons, and I'm gonna, here's my here's plan A. But if that's off, man, I got B, C, and D.
Yeah, he was an uncomfortable at bat.
He's got that much going on.
And he gets he gets you in swing mode. I always felt like he got everything presented as a strike, like right there, that curveball.
Yeah.
You see that come out at 73 miles an hour, you think you can get to it, and then it's got that spin rate on it, and right there off Jazz.
It's so good.
One thing, that's Jesus Sanchez, my bad. Real quick, opponents are slugging .224 versus sinker over the last 2 seasons. That's the lowest opponent slug of any individual fastball over the last 2 seasons, behind only Josh Hader. And then you take a look at this. 224.
Yeah.
I mean, Kenley Jansen, Ranger Suarez, but he's thrown 936 sinkers since the start of 2021, and he has not given up a homer on the pitch.
All right, so
Most pitches thrown in MLB over that span with not allowing a homer. The next is Carlos Rodon's. So he's got a pitch that he's thrown almost 1,000 times, and no one's put it over into the street.
I can't say it enough. And we're just coming off Gerrit Cole, who's throwing 98, 99 and trying to find it, right? Here's
Yeah.
a guy throwing 89 to 92 and painting. I hope I can express how important it is when you get to a place and you know that I don't have, oh yeah, hit this, hit this. I don't have that anymore. I look on there and go, okay, down and away. It's down and away. It's not, okay, I'm going to just unload.
let it go.
And we see at Powder River every night because guys are proud of their heater, the 95 to 100 mile an hour guy. Guys can click it.
Yeah.
They can catch it. They can barrel it. So the thought and the thinking through his craft now, I love it. I love watching Greg Maddux, the Tommy Glavins, to pitch.
Yeah.
Pitch.
I love it. We were going to do Max Fried, but we got dialed in on Cole and Waino.